Hello there, everyone. What's up, Golden? Meowdy22, my friend. It's only fitting that you use that greeting with many a cacogarf. Oh, it's still blazing hot down here in the UK, which, let me tell you, working in these conditions, I think I already mentioned this before, but I generally have a high heat tolerance, but manual labor in these circumstances, it's it's a lot to take in. And today was especially quite something because I had work at an attic space, which, as you can imagine, when you're surrounded with plenty of insulation that's supposed to keep the warmth in, it was basically like locking myself in a sauna, where in a matter of a few minutes I was already sweating bullets. Like I probably lost a few pounds there just by getting it all out of my skin. So, anywho, that aside, we're gonna be jumping back into S.T.A.L.K.E.R once more. We are actually going by quite fast in terms of progression, making it as far as Pripyat. They do call it Call Pripyat after all. So, Pripyat called, and I answered. How much of the game we have left at this point, I'm not sure. Maybe if we're quick enough, then maybe I can knock this out tonight, but I don't want to rush it necessarily. So I suppose we'll just take our time and we'll see how things go, depending on my progress tonight. Okie dokie. S.T.A.L.K.E.R. As soon as we jump in, we'll make a quick recap of the situation so far and where we shall be taking our steps from here on out. There's quite a lovely image of Pripyat. Got some liminal space vibes. That particular era of Soviet architecture definitely makes for some interesting landmarks. However, I do not miss the traditional color scheme, which usually involves a lot of just plain gray. So I'm glad that at least in my home city, when I was still growing up, they decided to add a new coat of paint to those elevations and at least make those old buildings look a little more appealing to the eye. Right, so as things are, we are currently in a military outpost in the heart of Pripyat. This is our third hub, right here, where actually most of the interesting landmarks are located in a quite condensed space as you expect from urban surroundings. We were gonna hit the hospital, did a little side of the main quest line right here. Now, one objective that we could do whilst we're here is look for the missing recon unit. The recon unit dispatched by Kowalski disappeared after a strange communication session. We must find them to work out what happened. And yes, Kowalski is a stereotypical Polish surname, which, as you can imagine, also transcends boundaries between us Slavs. Another thing we could do is we have a cool new toy on us. This unidentified weapon, which clearly looks like a gauss rifle, and wouldn't you know, it acts like one. Because it fires railguns of death. Literally, one shot from this thing and you're most likely a gunner. However, in order to fix this gun up, which the Monolith have misused, mistreated due to their extremely violent stance against all they deem unworthy of the zone, which is pretty much anyone besides them. We're gonna have to go to our scientist friends back here. Here. In this... Or was it here? I should forget where their bunker is. Oh, there we go. I was looking in this vague atom sign because that screams science. But they actually live in a neighborhood. But yeah, these chaps with their big old brains should be able to find a solution to restore this quote-unquote unidentified weapon into its prime state. So, frankly, I'm probably gonna get that out of the way first, if we're gonna be traveling in between the areas. So then I can focus on tackling missions right here in Pripyat itself. Now I believe our stalker friend guide, Gary here, will be able to take us in between locations for free, because we're that based. I mean, we did walk through a tunnel of death, which not many have accomplished in order to get here. So, as is, we're close to being a living legend. With the help of these two fine folks, Lieutenant Sokolov and Vano, who are part of our expedition, and also the late Zulu. Rest in peace, buddy. We had at least a couple of bottles of vodka together before we went on the fateful journey, but alas, he didn't make it through. The Monolith got him. It's good here. This is life like it's meant to be lived. Will you take me to Jupiter? Would it make more sense for him to lead me to the station itself, which is... Oh, there we go. Well, when it said Jupiter, I think he was gonna just leave me at the power plant, and like, okay buddy, you could take a hike from here. You're a big boy. Alright, don't get your panties in a bunch. So from here, let's have a little snack. I am a little bit over my carrying capacity, just for the sole reason of carrying this massive weapon of death and destruction. But as long as I don't get jumped by anything that can potentially waste me in a matter of seconds, I should be fine. I say that whilst most inhabitants of the zone could easily just instantly maul me. What do we have down there? Zombies? Yeah. Just a bunch of living then. Completely brain-rotten. Radiation in this particular universe does have some peculiar side effects. Aren't you grateful that in real life, at worst you get radiation sickness and instantly die? And at best, cancer at a prolonged date? Well, when you think about it, neither of those options sound particularly enticing. But hey, that sure as heck beats mutated wildlife and nuclear blowouts in the sky.
Hello.
Hello. I bring you a cool new toy to investigate.
Hello.
For science. Which one of you boys do I have to talk to? The maintenance guy? No? Exactly how the weapon works can be repaired without additional information about its design. Okay, so who do I talk to about it? What does my mission log say? Find information. Need to find a technician who can make sense of the unidentified weapon. So it's not the science team?
What can I do for you?
Well, disappointing in you, eggheads, if that's the case, because you sure do like to brag about your highly advanced tech, and yet you can't figure out what this cool energy weapon is? Tisk tisk. I mean, I could talk to... what's his face? Nitro? Back at the station. Maybe he'll give me... some useful hints. What I do like about the game design in particular is that, actually talking to random NPCs and inquiring them about the quest lines works to some degree. Like if you manage to find the right NPC who you inquire about a topic, he generally might give you enough information that you need. So chances are I'm gonna have to just cherry pick random stalkers and ask them about extremely famous technician known for the craft who can possibly work out this weapon. That's you two, my guides. I have a question for you. Oh, I found an unusual shooter. Do you know anyone who might know something about it? Who knows? Ask the experts, you know, technicians and stuff. Okay, maybe you could point me to one then.
Hey there.
Well, Nitro. When you got into the underpass, the elevator stopped working. Huh. You went down using the only operational generator, and it's the backup one at that. I barely got it working. So you did its job done, and then died. You should be grateful it didn't go out halfway. That lever doesn't have an emergency exit. Well, it's not Nitro, so...
See you around.
that we can scratch off the list. Well, I'll be that some kind of Did you make it yourself or did you really find it? I'm not seeing anything like it. As the technicians. Yes, but which
You don't
technicians?
think they'll shoot him as soon as they have the
Give me a name.
What's
An
up, bro?
estimate of the location. Something. You can find a manual to go along with you. No? No idea then.
Руки откуда надо растут. Жаль, только с долговцами тусуются.
Ay.
What's up?
Right. Maybe,
Bro?
maybe it's gonna be one of the dudes at the military outpost? No idea. I mean, there was a munitions guy, but I don't know if he necessarily counts as technician. Alright, well, that was a waste of time. Gary, let's head back to Pripyat. Wait, did you just charge me 5k for that journey? Because if so, I am totally reloading the save. You totally did. I'm sorry, but you don't get to take me for freebies one way and then charge me an outrageous sum for the way back. For one, that doesn't make any sense. Secondly, that's a freaking robbery. Alright, Kirillov. Nope. You're the med guy. Damn, I really have no clue how to tackle this. Unless Kowalski can throw me a pointer or two. I need information. Well, I'm stumped. I'm already at a loss with this side quest, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it, and just stash this weapon away for the time being. Oh wait a minute. I can't put it away. Oh, is it because it's a quest item? Don't tell me I'm gonna be over capacity all the time. You know what, fine, we're gonna take a different approach here. Usually I don't like to do this, but since this is the way the game handles the quest, I'm just gonna look it up. Pripyat, identify a weapon. Alright, so we got the obtain weapon. Alright, here's the trick. We have to go all the way back to the beginning. I was kinda on the right track when speaking to Nitro, but we gotta talk to the very first technician that we meet in the game. I can lead you to Yanov, and for 1,000 I can get Pau to take you to Zadon. What do you say? Well, okay. I mean, it's probably gonna cost me a bit of money to get back to Pripyat. That we can worry about later. If it comes to worse, I'll just pawn off some equipment I don't need. Gentlemen,
Hey, S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
it's been a while.
How are you?
Good. Yourself? It's nice to be among friends again. And I do mean that, because we did help them quite a bit.
Howdy.
I've got an unknown weapon model. What do you mean unknown? Give it here. Let me take a look. Have a look. Ever seen anything like this before?
What? 62? That's impossible.
Wait for Carter to come to his senses. Buddy, do you need a little boost to get you going again?
It's over there. Help yourself to a drink.
I think he's get quite enough by now. Alright, well, let's sleep for a couple of hours. Feeling any better? No? Well, I don't mind, going to bed for a little bit of extra snooze. The mission has recently occurred in the zone. There we go. Now don't freak out on me, because I need you of sound mind, as sound as you can be, without the help of substances. Ah, it's you. We had a hell of a time, hey? I had a dream where you brought me something from the past. Good drinking I have been... Thing? Oh, good thing I have been drinking. It wasn't this here weapon you dream, was it? Whoa, man. I guess it wasn't a dream after all. This gun is a Gauss rifle, or Item 62 as it used to be called officially. I told you so. I told you all. Whew. Back then I used to do contract work for the Jupiter plant. I designed weapons, if memory serves, based on the principle of projectile acceleration via an electromagnetic field. See those reels? I made those. Too bad they shut down the project in 2004. We never did find a compact enough energy source. This rifle has been fired before. What could have changed? Who the hell knows? To be honest, I went there to stick a screwdriver in the battery. There's also some mechanical damage to the power supply system. Schematics would be real handy right about now. The testing workshop I worked in handled all the production documentation. Maybe the schematics and support documentation for the Gauss rifle are still there. Funnily enough, I've still got a key card to the workshop. Would you give me the key card? Yeah, well, I guess so. Just try not to lose it. If you bring me those documents, I just might fix that gun. Okay, well, we got something to work with, at least. And that's inside the Iron Forest anomaly. Go figure. Now, I do have some extra documentation on me. Perhaps S.T.A.L.K.E.R would be interested in buying those of me.
So, you got anything new?
Documents for the Jupiter plant. A folder containing the general evacuation order. 750, sure. Documents for the Jupiter plant, a notebook entry. Yes. Delivery schedule. And we easily got almost 3k out of that. Very lovely. I'm gonna sell you a couple of grenades. And with that, I can finally walk around without feeling encumbered.
Don't let the door hit you.
Howdy ho.
I see that regardless of circumstances, we still do let bandits around
I'm all
these
ears,
parts.
buddy.
It is a neutral ground after all. Although, you guys look more like cultists than the monolith does, even with the actor putting
I'm
on.
all ears, buddy.
Then again, monolith, I would say, is easily the most heavily equipped bunch of religious fanatics I've fought against in a video game. Like, they put blood cultists, the Dusk Ones, and Gary's satanic sect from Thief to shame. I mean, sure, maybe they don't have the paranormal side per se to their advantage, but let me tell you, they do pack some serious heat to make up for it. And with that, we can easily add another organized religious group to my shit list. Yeah, me and the cult, we don't tend to get along quite well. Says the Catholic man, to no one's surprise. I don't mind revisiting this beginning location again. It does do a great job at setting up the stage for Call of Pripyat. Like, you start a bit humble on the boundaries of the power plant, and then you slowly creep your way through into the more urban parts. I do keep referring to Pripyat as a city, but that's not necessarily the case, because that's more the reactor area per se. I guess there is a settlement of sort within the vicinity of the nuclear power plant, specifically for the workers and their families, but when you think of a proper city, well, that's Chernobyl. Yo ho ho, how do you do, Frosty? What's new with you, buddy old chum? There still might be bloodsucker present near that abandoned gas station, which is why I'm keeping my distance. Even with the nest destroyed, I don't trust that place enough to strut my way through carefree. Ah, this is where one of the choppers crash landed. And we had that annoying electro anomaly chucking shit my way. Well, oh, no, the paranormal is still well and about, as you can see with all that debris being tossed around angrily, which clearly does not upset the bandits here. Listen, why me? What have I done? I love how these guys do not give a single fuck about what's going on. Like, they're probably too drunk to care. But the fact that this goddamn anomaly is so picky when it comes to starting fights, I find that a little upsetting. Well, what have we learned from that situation? I don't know. Probably don't walk into an electromagnetic field? However, if I remember right, one of the stalkers, when referring to that particular anomaly type, gave us the following advice. Stand still and shoot at it. Which would indicate that movement is what upsets that particular paranormal phenomena. And if it rings true, it will make sense why those bandits are unaffected, because, well, they're just kind of vibing there. And I do also have greater firepower now on me. So I can probably take down a floating ball of lightning that happens to have telekinetic powers. Who would win in a fight? One floaty ball or a gun? Remember how in the Resident Evil movies, even the crows got affected by the T-virus? Imagine if radiation twisted those birds. And you wouldn't even be safe from the avian kind. As soon as you step out, it turns into a Hitchcock movie. Looks like some of our boys are patrolling the perimeter. Wonder if the outlaws are still there. Nope, not in this instance. Now that I'm blue, da-boo-dee, da-boo-da. Let's show this freak of nature who's boss of this gym. Where are you? See? It's that shrimple. All you need is a bigger gun. Of course we have to go down to the basement. Why wouldn't we? Get ready. It's about to get real spooky down here. Oh yeah, you think the outdoors are dangerous? Oh, wait until you get inside a building. Gentlemen, please line up in an orderly fashion. Zombies aren't that bad, actually. I was a little more concerned about actually dangerous mutants, like bloodsuckers, for instance. So please stay down, thank you. If only they knew how to use cover. Oh, if only. But unless the brain rot goes too deep. I'm gonna complain about all these extra medkits, however. Chaser 13. A Western smoothbore shotgun is extremely popular around the world thanks to its amazing reliability and faster reloading speed. Particularly valuable for its functionality by the zone's hunters. All of its parts are coated with an anti-corrosion compound. Good if you're hunting in the rain. Yeah, due to the nature of our current environment, it won't be a surprise to you if I decide to rely on the shoddy as our primary weapon of choice. Actual alive people? It's gotta be on the surface level. Then again, how did these zombies get past the locked door without a key card? Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too hard. Oh, that's a bloodsucker. There's an all too familiar growl. Unfortunately, because they're invisible, I am gonna have to be a little scummy about this. There's another bloodsucker. It's a pseudo-giant. Wow, that shockwave actually, it was pretty far. Sure can take quite the beating. Also, ugly as sin. At least someone is eating good tonight. Let's try and get the upper hand on them, now that I know what I'm going up against. You know, technically, I could use this maintenance tunnel. It's a little hidey hole. Wait, is he asleep? Well, either way. Whoa, buddy. Friend. That was despicable. So much for sneaking. Right, look, you wanna be an asshole about it, so can I. Yeah, now what are you gonna do? What's the matter? The big baby can't climb a train car? How unfortunate. Mind you, that's about 3 grenades and a buttload of shells that I've already spent on this mean machine. Anytime you're ready, pal. Keel over and die. Whew. Golly. Something up ahead behind the door. And I have to figure out how to get inside. Looks like I do have the right idea with shimmying across this broken staircase. How I do love me ladders in first-person shooters. Please, just climb on the platform. Work with me here. Thank you. Son of a... It's another genre that was built. This kind of navigation mine. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, right. Another staircase. Or ladder, to be exact. It's an extremely convoluted way to reach the workshop, but to be expected. Not with this knife. I think I see now. It's good that we went back there. as it did net me a stash. Anything up here? I think so. I see where this is going. You really want me to drop into that extremely rusty, decrepit vent and crawl all the way into the nearest available duct panel. Sure, what's the worst that could happen? No loot. Well, that was fairly easy. Besides attacking the pseudo-giant.
The documents refer to a central laboratory designated X8, which could contain information about secret experiments conducted in the zone. Our analysts have been interested in this issue for quite some time.
Tell Kowalski about the weapon. Alright. Is this the prototype? Good lord. You could fit this bad boy in a tank. Next thing you know, they were working on a mech progenitor. Imagine a massive suit of armor with 2 Gauss rifles on its shoulders. Basically unstoppable. Ooh. I remember the light being screen when we first entered. But as per video game tradition, once you complete a questline, they do give you an easy way out. A trope that, well, in certain circumstances I am grateful that it exists. I'm not gonna intervene, I'll just let nature take its course. That went quickly. 2 dogs is all that it took, huh? Sheesh. How did you guys even make it that far? Regardless, we're gonna head back to the hub. Tell the technician about our findings. And we can also report back to Kowalski. Back at the military outpost. That we do know what we're carrying with us. And where to potentially look for more super top secret info. Whew, I'm glad that the week is finally over, and I at least got Sunday to kick back a little and relax. Fortunately, my brother is out of the picture for a good week because of his dental procedure, which had some complications, so essentially have to push our main job to a point where upstairs can be in a habitable state. Which means I'm gonna have quite the busy week ahead of me. I mean, it's not all that bad. I should be able to tackle it, but I really don't like working under pressure and with just a lot of chaos on the work site. And it's especially gonna be annoying when people move in and they're gonna be in the way of any leftover bits you have to sort out. Now, on a brighter note, Frosty, I have a status report on my Monster Energy drink taste testing. So first off, finally, Ultra Peach has made its over to the UK. The embargo has been lifted, and it is now available to us folks in the UK. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a very bizarre flavor. It starts off at a sour note, but gradually gets sweeter the more sips you take, and I don't know how to feel about that, frankly. Like, it's not inherently bad, but I don't know if it's gonna be a staple for my repertoire. Well, if you like peaches, then it's a no-brainer that you're gonna be thrilled about an energy drink
Hello, good hunting.
made with those. But here's something else that struck me while I was shopping today. Have you seen Monster Energy Zero Sugar, but not with the alternate black and blue color scheme, but the original black and green? I actually got a 4-pack of those today. So, here's the thing. They're advertised as retaining the original Monster Energy taste, but without the sugar, right? However, I thought that was the whole purpose of the black and blue variant, right? And yet, this now exists. So currently I'm sipping on it, and it's pretty much the zero sugar variation, but a little softer taste-wise. So almost no difference whatsoever.
How's it hanging, Stock?
Then again, if it did taste like the OG, then I don't know if that'd be a selling point for me, because honestly, if you gave me straight up just a regular can of black and green Monster Energy, I'd probably feel nauseated because it's liquid diabetes. So the rest it resembles, it's a Pioneer, the better. I brought the schematics to the documentation for item 62. You did it! Cool. I knew the bastard would have enough time to destroy everything. Let me have a look. So what those sons of bitches are up to. Fine. In a couple of hours to sort this out for good. Leave the ghost rifle with me, I'll try to patch it up. Wait here in a minute to get this baby singing again. Use your access card, back safe and sound. Thanks. It reminds me of the good old days. Are we in the middle of a blowout? Or is that just a natural thunderstorm for once? Oh look, there's partially animated clouds to give you the illusion that the skyline is moving in some capacity. Sometimes it's the small touches that bring everything together. Honestly, black and blue is top one for me. Like, if you wanted to know what my personal three favorites are, in no particular order, that would be Zero Sugar, Ultra Rosa, and Ultra Fiesta, the mango. Like, those are the ones I can just drink anywhere, any time of the day, and never get tired of it. However, now with this thrown into the mix, I might actually buy the black and green variant. What's interesting is that the top is also green tinted, which I suppose that's the way you're supposed to differentiate this from the sugar variant, in case the capital Zero Sugar text was not enough of an indicator. God, we are two boomers. Just discussing our favorite Monster Energy flavor. I mean, eventually you do get to that point in life where it's the simple pleasures that get you through the day. Would you look at that? They stuck an electrostatic artifact in the battery. Heh, I knew it was some kind of weird anomalous shit. The principle is a no-brainer. Now I can hammer out these cells myself. You done with the gas rifle? Piece of cake. The power supply system is as clear as day. If it starts acting up, just bring it back here for a tune-up. I need batteries. Get my favorite customer price, 2,000. Ooh. It's a lot, actually. Wonder for how many batteries that is. Then again, we did pick some up conveniently from a stash in the workshop. Batteries that use a capsulated fragment of flash artifact as their power source. Manufactured using high-tech equipment. Gauss Rifle, a super accurate high-tech weapon known as Item 62. This rifle was developed in the secret laboratories located inside the zone. The weapon operates by accelerating bullets to extremely high speeds using a system of electromagnets, which provides incredible stopping power with virtually no recoil. The weapon is powered by using capsulated artifact fragments in the batteries. Don't you guys just love fictional science mumbo-jumbo? Like how in the Fallout universe, they explained how they managed to get to a point in scientific research to contain fission energy inside of these kind of battery cell packs, which most weaponry and electric equipment work on, that don't need plugs. Well, now that we have one of the most powerful weapons in the game at our disposal, I think we can head back to Pripyat. Not personally, no, but for only 4,000 he'll take you to Yanov Station and make the arrangements with Gary. From there, he will lead you to Pripyat. Sure. You guys are gonna run me dry financially, but well, you did get something great out of it in return. Oh yeah, remember when you mentioned to me during the entire world stream that Soda was contemplating putting new content into the game? There was an update today on his Twitter account. He posted some interesting looking screenshots, indeed confirming that he is planning a massive update. Which means, you guessed it right, we're gonna need a follow-up stream at some point. And to that I say, the more the merrier. If it's Soda, you know it's gonna be a good time. I have info on the unidentified weapon, the Gauss Rifle. Wow, how does it work? Can it be used to shoot down a helicopter? Easily, as proved by the Molov's actions. Technically it can, but Stingrays 4 and 5 crashed due to electronic malfunctions. Accelerated bullets couldn't have done that. Damn, that's a dead end then. I don't have any other ideas. All we can do now is sit on our asses in the middle of this freaking zone and hope that it'll come for us. Okay, that's enough whining from me. Let's concern ourselves with things we can affect here and now. Thanks to you, we now know that hiding in cover isn't gonna keep us safe from those accelerated bullets. And it's already something. So thank you, Major. I'll contact you if we get anything new. Laboratory X8. Find documents concerning experiments. The information you found refers to a central laboratory. Designate X8. It could contain information about secret experiments conducted in the zone. In the Jubilani Service Center. That we'll leave for now. Instead, go to the missing recon squad mission, which is conveniently closer to home base. Oh, look at that. You can actually visit some of these unmarked buildings. Which is great from a functional standpoint, because you do get some vantage points against potential ambush. But also, great for exploration. The inside definitely reminds me of City 17 from Half-Life 2, which, as many of you may know, they based that location off of Soviet architecture, so any and all similarities are intentional in terms of design. They also chose that particular style just to convey a more oppressive feel. Which, I mean, if you just look at these imposing, cold, faceless buildings, then, yeah. It does make you feel uneasy. I do have to commend the architects of Pripyat, at least this particular fictional timeline, that they did include some green in the cityscape planning. It's not all just concrete slabs everywhere. Better not get ambushed.
I found the unit. They're all dead. Looks like they were shot, but there's no trace of the enemy.
It's those damn fanatics. They don't let up. We're also missing a sentry. He's not answering, and there's not a trace of him either. We've got to take care of those bastards once and for all.
Busters.
The recon unit had
Okay,
information
old
about
man.
the location of monolith forces. The notes indicate the bookstore.
Very well. I'll be sending 2 boys your way. They'll meet you near the target. Over and out.
Cool. We get to kick more Monov ass. Don't really have enough room to carry sniper with me. Interesting looking rifle. At this point, you're pretty much choosing which sets you prefer. Rarely will you see in these games an objectively better choice, unless you're much later in the game. But even then, there's no weapons per se that get fizzled out. So it's just pure preference, which you want to make of your loadout. Okay, if I wanted a better fire rate and slightly better accuracy, then I would be carrying this, but it's got less damage output and slightly worse handling. Over capacity? Well, can deal with that by... I don't really need all these detectors with me, frankly. Barely use them anyway. Let's just keep this one on us. Now, can meet the reinforcements here. And this is the missing sentry mission. So let's group up with our boys first. Then we can launch the assault. Chances are I'm gonna have to carry this mission on my shoulders again. Guys. Are you gonna do anything about that, or,
I signed up as soon as I found out you need help. I'll follow you to the bitter end.
Oh, it's you two!
You know, I thought I'd be safer with you.
I am shocked that these two dinguses managed to survive through the underpass. Genuinely. Unless at this stage, Vano and Sokolov have invul on them. I expect the dog to eventually chew through all of the flesh on Sokolov's back. Fine, I'll help you.
Here we are.
No need to thank me. Hang on, just a quick bite. And, we're good to go. Probably want to do something about those bite marks. Actually... That's one down. And this is why I love the shotgun in the soccer games, because it does its job. Not a pea shooter in the slightest. Also, watch this. Perfect. clean and efficient. Just the way I like it. I'm starting to run low on shells, but that we can rectify back at the military base.
Я ранен,
What? You... Why? I should have left those two motherfuckers to get mauled to death by that dog. Remember when I praised the AI behavior in this series? Regardless, there's still that slight hint of slapjank. And let's be real, it wouldn't be exactly a soccer game without that. No, it wouldn't. We're actually doing pretty damn well, all things considered. And again, this environment is extremely helpful.
Oh, Monolith, we do not hear you.
Do we just...
Holy shit! This
Why
place
have
is
you
teeming
left
with
us,
them.
Oh, Monolith,
Take them out before they snap out of it.
we await your orders. Oh, Тебе не скрыть, качель!
No need to waste bullets. Damn, they really built themselves a wacky-ass effigy to worship. Hold up, gang. Let me just restock on supplies, and then we can check out this funky structure that our kooky friends have put together. Also, I love ragdolls. I really do.
Kowalski,
It appears to be
Something
pyramids
strange is
built
going on
of
here.
wood and metal.
there were loads of monolith fighters inside the building. They were all in a trance and talking to a pile of trash. I examined this pile, and if you cut through the crap, it resembles a primitive antenna. It seems that someone talks to them through this antenna, and they believe it to be divine intervention.
It's the Hat
This
Man.
is all very strange. Someone's controlling these fanatics.
The Hat Man.
We'll get back to this later. Our sentry hasn't showed up yet, so let me know if you find him. Over and out.
That's what 40 doses of fentanyl will do to your head. Investigate the area where Sentry died. Do you two clowns get to come with me? We avenged our boys. Do what you need, let's go back. I don't feel like hanging around here. There's a strange thing over there. What do you reckon they need it for? Ah, never mind. Come on, buddy. Do your stuff. Let's get back to base. It appears they're just gonna... Oh, no? The scripting doesn't really tell them to follow me. Which... If so... Never mind. At the end of the day, I gotta do everything myself. Okay, to their credit, they did help out a little bit. In case you wonder why I carry a whole military surplus on me, that's why. Gotta be prepared every single day when you want to make a trip to your local grocery to pick up the basic necessities. Does anything else here want? Fuck. No, 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 no. You get away from me.
Base, the sentry is dead. He was acting strange and attacked me. I also identified and eliminated the
No,
controller
he
in
didn't.
that area.
He was already
Copy that,
dead.
Major. The controller must have taken over the sentry. He was a good guy. That must have been what happened to the recon unit. The controller forced them to attack each other. Anyway, over and out.
I wonder what killed the guy while I was busy at the library. Must have been one of the dogs. Or... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold up. It appears that there is a crack in the space-time continuum. Now, do I need to report back to the outpost? Probably should. Vasky might have more missions for me, only after I speak to him in person. Please do not follow me. That very same night, when I finished the last called Pripyat stream, I watched a video Frosty linked me to of a bunch of Ukrainian guys who made the trip to the Pripyat site to just fuck around and take readings of the radiation levels. What's even more mind-baffling is that apparently that wasn't their only excursion to the locked-off zone. Apparently they made several trips to Chernobyl and the surrounding areas. Frankly, I'm surprised that these guys are still alive, given what kind of wild antics they have gotten themselves into, including bathing in the waters surrounding the plant. Look, I don't know what to tell you, but if you're even vaguely familiar with how radiation works, you're gonna need a couple of centuries for any location that's been hit with a nuclear meltdown to be relatively safe for human habitation. It might have been 50 years from the accident, but the core area where the explosion took place is still extremely dangerous for human presence. Chernobyl to a lesser degree. Like, I'm pretty sure you can get a guided tour there if you are follow instructions. But point zero? Oh no. Like, even a couple of hours of being there are gonna fuck you up. You know what, Golden? You're not even wrong. Like, even if I just listened to the wild antics my father and grandfather have gotten themselves into while working at the power plant drunk, Westerners can't even begin to comprehend.
Дичи нормальной в этой долбанной зоне нет ни хрена. Погано. Погано.
You know, what's even worse is that those guys also have some pretty interesting videos aside from them, like making homemade generators or exploring abandoned locations that do not happen to be heavily irradiated, but they sure like to put their lives at stake for the extra clicks. Wait, I had a rather pleasant experience I want to share. Some mercs asked me to lead them to Pripyat. Initially, they won me over with a juicy fee, but I soon realized I was in the brown stuff. They didn't let me out of their sight for a second, threatened me at gunpoint. I managed to escape as we approached Pripyat, but they're bound to be in the city by now, so be careful. Did you hear what the mercs were talking about by any chance? Some of it, yeah. They clearly had no intention of letting me live, so they didn't conceal their plans. They were mainly discussing meeting the client's people, who were going to show them the objects and the purpose of their mission. Where is the meeting going to happen? Nearby. in the yard of the apartment complex. Thanks for the information. We might wanna crash over to that meeting. Gary's a pretty good guy, even if he does charge some outrageous fees for going back and forth. About that sentry. Well, it's all because of that controller. That's probably what happened to the recon squad too. It made them shoot each other. Those creatures are some of the worst in the zone. Plus, we haven't been trained to fight them. The controller came as a complete surprise to us. And if we lost man, need again. At least this controller has been dealt with. I hope things come down a bit though. I'm grateful for your help, Major. I suspect you must have used a lot of ammunition in the course of this mission. Find Lieutenant Kirillov and ask him to issue with the necessary kit. Thank you, Colonel. Gary told me about the incident with the mercenaries. Yes, he told me about it too. As soon as Gary escaped, he came here in fear of being pursued. Fortunately, both for him and for us, the mercs didn't track him. We're watching the place where the mercs and the class people are supposed to meet, but it's all quiet. I'd love to know what the mercs are after here. I have information that the mercs are looking for a secret laboratory in Pripyat. A secret laboratory here in Pripyat? But where did you get this information? From a merc notebook in Zadon. It's also confirmed by a story told me by a stalker called Uncle Yar. Do you know of anything else? You're looking for the central laboratory. I was able to find out its coordinates during my investigation. If this is true, it means I've got another enemy on top of the zombies and fanatics. We need to decide on the course of action. Either we must observe the meeting and eliminate the clan's representative. If possible, that will ensure that nobody goes to the X8 laboratory for a while. We need to eliminate the mercenary leader. Do that and the beheaded merc squad won't be much of a problem anymore. We probably want to keep the secret site safe. So as long as they can't issue any mercenary groups to come peeping, that should keep it safe for the time being. That's a good solution, in that although we find out who else knows about the laboratory, we'll at least make sure the mercenaries don't reach it. At the same time, the mercenaries will react fast and they'll be a threat to us. Try to kill both targets if you can. Order Lieutenant Kirillov to go with you. What if we choose this line? That's a decent solution, but the messenger will probably escape and then hand over the information about the laboratory to somewhere else, so that the mercenaries will still reach it eventually. Try to kill both targets if you can. So, it doesn't really matter which you pick. It's just that this sounds a little more sound to Kowalski. I'll order Lieutenant Kirillov to go with you. Okay.
Lieutenant Kirillov, Kowalski here. I need you to escort the Major.
Take the shooter and ammo. You can chill for now. I'll watch the position from the other side and contact you as soon as they show up.
Major, the mercenaries are in position.
Oh shit. Bet you get to play sniper. I mean, hopefully I can kill whoever I need with one clean shot to the skull.
I'm guessing the one by the main entrance is their leader.
Let me say the bug will have two geared up in heavy armor. So I'm not sure which one he's referring to. I'm assuming waiting for the other party to arrive. So that the exchange can happen.
Look, there's another group. Let's see which one of them is the messenger.
Where? Oh, these two lads in science suits.
The targets are by the main entrance. They're done. Time to take them down.
Great. Impeccable shooting. I wouldn't be even able to get 20% on the GFK shooting simulator.
Time to take them down.
Can't even do this.
Time to take them down.
I literally feel like I'm shooting blanks.
Both targets escaped. Abort mission and fall back. Time to take them down. First target eliminated.
That was the Merc squad leader? Really?
Time to take them down.
I don't think I have enough time to get both of them. Especially if my headshots are inefficient. It could also be that I don't quite understand how this weapon works yet.
Time to take them down.
Oh god, I probably have to track the bullets first. This is gonna be super fun. If so.
Second target eliminated.
I mean, I got one of them. So, it is doable. You just have to practice. To finally figure out where I am.
Time to take them down. First target eliminated.
Indeed, we have to lead the shots.
Time to take them
So
down.
prepare for a lot of safes coming. Don't worry, we'll get this eventually.
Time to take them down.
I would rather not have them run away, however, if it can be helped.
Time to take them down. First target eliminated. Time to take them down.
Why do you have to be so fast? Please. A little more leeway.
Time to take them down. Time to take them down. Second target eliminated.
What the fuck? The fucking size duck is hit by a stray missile. I didn't have to even land the second bullet. Oh. Thanks. The betrayal arc. Yeah, what's up, NC? That was indeed a Brep moment right there. It's for the greater good, my friend. And by greater good, I mean protecting Pripyat from falling into unwanted hands. Oh man, that was the best possible outcome.
Major, if you don't mind, could you holster that weapon?
Why did you shoot those two people? Money. About the mercs. Great job. Both targets have been killed. And I barely had to do anything. Then the mercs will get in our way and will avoid needless interest in the lab. You can keep the rifle. Here's some more ammo for it. Thanks, but I can't really lug it around with me. Besides, I have much more efficient tools of murder.
Вытяну. Зубами удержусь, а вытяну. Главное, с катушек не слететь. А то все коту под хвост.
Whoa, let's not get that far ahead of ourselves, but... Well, I imagine for some people, the prospect of making a quick buck was worth the sissification. Well, with that out of the way, we can proceed to investigate Laboratory X8 on our own. Non-binary samurai. That's a first. I know of the Black Samurai, Yasuke, which is honestly one of my favorite stories of all time. Just the fact that Nobunaga took a random slave from Portuguese missionary hands and eventually this former slave rose to the ranks of Nobunaga's most faithful retainers and stayed with the unifier of Japan to the very end. That's incredible. No, 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 Cthulhu. Back away. Back the fuck away. These creatures still put the fear of God in me. For a very, very good reason. Is there a joke somewhere in there that I'm missing? Because I feel like something is going over my head at the moment. Elevator has no power. Wow. What a shame that we have to use the staircase yet again. Also. Really? Come now. This is like outskirts vacation resort. Shitting environment. But then again, this place was built by Slavs, and as we know, we Slavs do our squats, so it all makes perfect sense. Oh. Probably why we wanna stay quiet, if you can afford it. Fortunately, the zombies are doing me a great favor by shooting each other in the back. The one instance where friendly fire is a godsend. Man, look at this pile of corpses. Starting to run low on food, so let me just take this probably not safe to consume salami that has been on a zombie corpse. But here in the zone, we don't particularly take too much consideration of hygiene. We'll just douse it with some water and we'll probably be fine. The undead presence aside, there's not a whole lot to this apartment complex. Never mind. I stand corrected.
Не уйдет враг монолита.
Feeling ballsy today, are we? Come on. Poke your heads out. You know you want to. Well, I should be surprised about Monolith presence, but still. I expect it to be a lord directly above the zombies. I'm telling you guys, this can easily become a horror game when you least anticipate it. Metal Note 2. Take a look at my equipment when I return to camp. What are we looking at here? We're looking at more opposition. That I can tell you for sure. And since this rifle is already pretty battered, we're gonna have to use our substitute for now. That's why it's always handy to keep an alternate firearm with you. Yes, we are going to play the patient game with these fools. I'm hearing. I don't want to get flanked. Didn't really matter in the end, no did it? Master difficulty strikes again. See, that's why I've been so keen on those medkits of different assortment. Even if I run out of the basic ones, we still have all the military grade and science health kits to dig through. So you seem to be getting along with the zombos quite nicely. I see how it is. That's not even the end of our ascension. According to the compass, we still have 3 more entities besides us. I'll assume it's more monolith troopers. Who would have thought? It feels a little more than poor.
Не уйдешь, враг монолита.
Maybe we don't want to run in there. Straight up. Oh, you goddamn flanking son of a gun.
Маневрирую. Обеспечьте безопасность. Не коснешься монолита.
Start looking more bandages again. Because even with substitute medkits, I still need something to patch the bleeding.
Братья, я обойду его. Помогите мне. Искореним врагов.
A little bit of peace and quiet, please. For a second. Right, that ought to do it. These days, a man can't even loot a bunch of corpses in peace. Oh. Mercenary. With the PDA. The last note of the PDA reads, I found the emergency generator on the 6th floor, the technical floor. It took 2 hours to get in working again. I looked to turn it on, but Serban ordered me to stay put until he brings some people in. I don't suppose Serban made it in time. Ah. So that explains all the beeping on my Geiger counter. Too bad I had to learn it the hard way. I should have saved after I defeated all of them. Oh well.
Я ранен. Я зайду с другой стороны. Ты не коснешься монолита.
You're gonna be sneaky like that. And yeah, you get what you deserve, Buster.
Я обойду его. Прошу помощи.
Where's the final of you clowns? Come on out. No, you're in here. I just wanna sort out our differences with firearms permanently. See? It's all good now. Bandages. Which one of you goons have bandages? You do? Very good. Now, let's activate that generator. One more time. Frankly, I'm not sure if I want to go straight away to the laboratory downstairs. I'd rather go back to our military pals, restock, and repair my equipment. How do I proceed downwards again from here? So now there's already playing tricks in my mind. Whatever's down there, cannot investigate. Would have been neat if behind that just narrowly open door you can peep inside and find a neat little Easter egg from the developers. Speaking of which, I feel like these days, most of the times I do see Easter eggs in video games is mostly games either released or developed or published by New Blood. Of course, a lot of it is in jokes between the guys, because a lot of them do know each other by association. But still, I do like me some light-hearted humor and references.
Вдруг видишь, к тебе что-то темное подползает. Твои действия. Так это...
Alright, my dude. Please repair my gear
Списали в невозвратное.
for the massive cost of 0 rubles. And I need medical supplies.
Черта с два бы сел в вертолет. А пусть бы и разжаловали, мне похрен. Среди людей зато. Они здесь.
I've got more enough
Этой
room
проклятой.
in my inventory to carry this.
Короче, анекдот цивильный. Значит, двое рядовых решили подколоть прапор.
Cool, now that we've got our maintenance ordeal sorted, we can return to the very same building and use the elevator. But that will happen after I check Discord. So I'm getting a lot of prompts. Awesome. Good as any moment for me to take a quick sippy break. Man, I need to step up with this monster can because it's already getting lukewarm. The temperature. Frosty, what is this video? The Kickstarter scams and failures iceberg. Are you trying to get me into watching another minimum 2-hour essay? Because I can assure you, pal, I already have a massive backlog of those to get through. Including the Wendigoon / Erdorf interview. That's next on my go-through list. The mainline video is awesome. I actually learned a lot of lore just from listening to Wendigoon dissect it. So if you ever wonder about some loose ends or stuff that you don't quite understand from the plot, that video has got you covered. Alright, just confirmed with my friend Shishi that we will be continuing Portal 2 tomorrow. 9 p.m. Got about roughly half of the courses left to cover and probably look at the extra ones. So look forward to that. Joint project. But when's Portal 3? Don't make me remind you of Valve and the number 3. It's a popular joke among the Steam community for a reason. Weird looking fellas. Before I forget, be sure if you have GOG to grab Requiem, Avenging Angel. It's a game I've previously purchased because I tried to get something religiously themed for last Christmas, which I finally did with Dante's Inferno, of all possible video games, but I don't know, maybe I'll luck out this time and figure out a way to stream it consistently on a new setup. At least this time I didn't have to spend a single cent, so that's a pro in my eyes. Find documents concerning experiments. We are indeed traversing more underground facilities. So buckle up, cause it's gonna get spooky. Told you. Stuff is already getting chucked my way, which is always a good start. Seems like a bad idea, but it worked. Any stray paperwork down here I can quote unquote borrow indefinitely? But we have a controller. Ooh! Even worse. Snarks. Yeah, this ain't gonna be your regular tourist attraction. As if the anomaly wasn't a pain in the ass on its own. Stop knocking my weapons out of my hands. Fuck, I lost my rifle. I don't even know where it is now. Ah. What's happening to my weapons? Totally not an annoying mechanic. Gonna have to rely on these safe zones for amount of the anomaly's influence. What can I get outside of the lift here? Oh, great. Can fall in, but jumping out is out of the question. A bit messy, that. Alright, you two fuckers are starting to annoy me. So we're gonna have to do this another way. Did you just drop that shotgun? God. I legit hate this sequence of events. Not so much the exhaustion, but me just randomly dropping my gear. Usually to areas where I can't easily reclaim it. And imagine, in the underpass we had to fight whole packs of snorks, and yet one is still enough to give me a run for my money. Well, I've managed to make my way back upstairs, which doesn't really help much. It's down this way. Babies? Look, I don't have any reasons to believe that there are children now here. At least, not ones that can be still counted as alive. So best if we don't pay too much attention to that. Leave the underground complex to continue looking for documents. What's this fat ass? Oh, you're the one that's been giving me grief, bastard. Whew. Well, I got that one out of the way, but... Oh, fucking fridge! Where did I go? Didn't encounter. You know what? I think it's time to put this rifle to the test. What I'm going up against completely warrants it. You fucker. Stop that. How am I supposed to fight if I keep discarding my weapons? Wow. Holy shit. That's pretty great. I like it. So go on me research documents. Documents refer to one of the side discoveries of the research, specifically the discovery that living creatures are able to generate directed psi emissions. A biological field emitter, essentially a giant brain, was grown as part of the research conducted in lab X16. These documents must not fall into anyone else's hands, as they would be of great interest to USS analysts. Now, can we possibly find... I saw you for a minute there. I think that's the variant you can't shoot, which is not particularly helpful. Very much like to check the bottom floor, but I don't think that's gonna be an option. At least not from this angle. Wait, really? I'm into this place. So, what are we missing? You'd think there'd be something worthwhile. Oh, there we go. There's now 2 sets of paperwork. surprised I didn't see it from up here. Guess it wasn't just that distinguishable. Documents concerning item 62. Documents which describe the operating mechanism and main technical characteristics of the electromagnetic device. There is a note inside documents which reads, documents must be returned to X8, the central laboratory. I will be busy, so deliver them yourself. Use the magnetic card in the Pripyat Yubileyny service center to go down to the second underground floor. You walk it from there. The access card is enclosed. N. Lebedev. These documents must not fall into anyone else's hands, as it would be of great interest to USS analysts. Now, can we potentially find anything else? That's a different story. Access card required. We didn't find one. That's the problem. Well, documents did specify it was part of the package, but since they were separate, the card is either lost or somewhere in the lab. Keyword being somewhere. I don't think we're gonna get much more mileage. Oh, this lab. Unless I were able to find a way to lab duo, but there's also this. And I have not yet been here. That was a good find. Order of transfer. Document refers to the transfer of the research team and all materials under laboratory count X7, which will be used to research matters relating to the influence of the noosphere. The research team comprises N.A. Lebedev, A.F. Kalancha, and V.I. Suslov. These documents must not fall into anyone else's hands, as they will be great use to USS analysts. Something going on down there. Just more vermin. Unless I can find the access card. I doubt we'll be able to go any further underground. Don't see anything of the sort anywhere, so personally I think we're good here. 3 sets of documents. It's not a bad find at all. Especially since we had to fight the Burr for one of them. That's a pretty tough mutant to handle. I do hear some shuffling. What's that all about? I'm not sure. Yeah, because I've already been to this floor. I think it's time to leave. We got what we came for. Hey, what are you
Major,
doing
I
here?
need to talk to you privately.
A quiet word. Talk to Kowalski. As soon as I get myself out of this pickle, that is. For the most part now, our work boils down to keeping the military outpost safe, taking care of Monolith to make sure they don't cause too much trouble in the heart of Pripyat, and finally looking for the secret labs. And all important scientific research that we can take with us back to the higher-ups. Which I'm sure they're gonna put into good use for the extended benefit of mankind. Right? Right? Lay down, me brother. What's going on?
Major, we've got a serious problem. This operation has been getting more ridiculous every minute since the helicopters crashed. The men are dropping like flies. We've got no comms with HQ, and the situation just keeps getting worse. The evacuation choppers didn't show up again. And at this rate, it won't be long before we lose control of the situation completely. We need to establish communications with HQ right now. Our communications expert believes that the signal is being jammed from somewhere close to us. He's working on getting the coordinates as we speak. I sent some of my men to check out a possible source of the interference, but they went missing, and their personal signals aren't registering. Major, one of your objectives is to establish communications with HQ. Given the situation we find ourselves in, this should be your priority from now on. Also, as a personal favor to me, please find my boys.
Oh, will do. Here's the thing. I can't guarantee they're alive. Which has been a sad, but a continuous trend with missing squadrons thus far. You think he'd learn by now that sending small patrol units ends in tears. Anything new on the interference front? I identify many sources, one of which is somewhere close. If it is destroyed, we won't be able to communicate with HQ. So for now, I have to find the missing squad. The squad which was looking for the source of the radio interference went missing. You need to find it. Do you see the problem with that? It's smack in the middle of a couple of apartment complexes surrounding it from all corners. Meaning if I get ambushed, that's gonna be bad. Like, real bad. However, given that we're an one-man army, I'm sure we'll be fine. Which is exactly why I'm gonna be particularly bold and head out there while the sun is setting. Yep. That's exactly how it felt going back from school to home in my youth. I mean, it was a little less creepy. There was more people around, but you know, a familiar environment nonetheless. Explosive with a timer. Military grade plastic explosive with a 5-second timer. I suggest you turn off the flashlight before someone spots you.
Base, I found one of your men. It looks like he blew himself up with a grenade. There are no signs of a firefight or any other evidence of him being attacked.
Kowalski here. Roger that, Major. Hey, I got good news. We finally acquired the exact coordinates of the source of interference. The signal is coming from the kindergarten building.
You know, after playing Fear 2, I'm not exactly looking forward to exploring a educational facility. Especially in these circumstances. If this wasn't perfectly natural for the zone, you'd have yourself a cryptid sighting right here. Nothing will quite replicate that Source Engine feel when you can glitch the bodies and have them explode into gibs. Perfectly normal kindergarten building. Not haunted at all. Should have known. Ain't nothing but of ibuprofen can fix. Did that, do it? Shut the glowy thing. If it amounts to anything. Maybe they want me to use a grenade. Or not. Not sure what I should be doing. Oh. Lieutenant Rokovets, Major. Thank God, I'm saved. How did you end up here? I don't remember much. I was so scared I could barely think. I don't even know what scared me. I just had a feeling I had to hide, so I ran. I remember streets, turning somewhere. I came to in this hole. The door was locked from the outside. I thought I was gonna die in here. How did you find me? Actually, let's get the hell out of here and get closer to the base. This place is giving me the willies. Let's go. Well, we came back home with one of our own. I consider that a success.
Is that really you? Well, I'll be. We were starting to think we'd never see our doc again. So what happened?
Well, it's a long story. I'll tell you another time.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for your help. By the way, the Colonel wants you to pay him a visit.
Thanks. I'll do that.
Also, Gary headed for Yanov's station to restock. He asked me to tell you that he won't be back for a few days.
Gotcha.
Meaning we can't
So, tell
go
me,
back and
where
forth
were you?
between
You're not going
locations.
to believe me anyway, but in a fridge.
What fridge? Where did you find it?
Where did I find it? I'd like to see you find anything in my estate.
And what state would that be?
Not quite sure how to describe it.
Starfield wishes it had this good character model rigging and voice acting.
Well, I'm listening.
No, wait, we're right here. Not in your office for once. Yep, just do a little
I
shuffle.
spoke to the HQ commander and reported the situation to him, along with all the information that's been collected. There won't be any helicopter support for a while. He suggested that we fortify our position and await further orders. USS observers are currently at the HQ, so you'll be able to talk to your superiors soon enough.
Colonel, a radio signal has been detected, and its source is not far from the base. The transmission is encrypted, and I haven't been able to crack it yet.
Do you have the coordinates?
Yes, I have the coordinates, but the signal is intermittent, and it's moving.
Monolith again?
Probably, I mean, who else? Man, the way these character models almost break their ankles and do a little dance when they turn on is extremely awkward. Unknown. Investigate the source of the signal. Kirillov has identified a strange signal not far from the base. You need to investigate the source of the signal. Well, let's up to it then. Might be pouring buckets, but that won't stop us at all. It won't necessarily upset the puppers, but if they do get in my way...
The signal is back. Transmitting coordinates. The signal is gone.
Alright, we got a unique spin on a mission this time around. Going from marker to marker. Well, it changes constantly.
It's back. It's right next to you. It's close, and it's moving toward our base.
An anomaly, perhaps?
Major Kowalski here. You better get back here. We need to prepare for possible attack. Bastards won't catch us with our pants down this time.
I do appreciate your bravado, Kowalski, but reminder that you're running low on men and supplies. So yeah, you better be ready.
Don't shoot. I'm headed to the main entrance.
Who are you?
Casually struts in.
My name is
You're the stalker who disabled the Scorcher?
Yes. But my plan...
Shadow of Chernobyl reference.
I came here to speak with your commanders. I have information that will allow the army to take control of the zone and restore.
And the mission is starting.
Come, let's talk inside.
We've got a problem. Our choppers are crashing for reasons that we've not understood yet.
Until we work it out, there won't be any helicopter support. The only way to get to the borders of the zone is on foot.
The reasons are obvious. There are many anomalies in the air, especially in the center of the zone.
We had a map with the safe air corridor between anomalies, and the helicopters had emission protection systems.
That's odd. You're telling me you haven't noticed that anomalies move around after an emission. Some disappear, and new ones show up in different places, which makes your map of anomalies effectively useless.
So that's what it is.
What?
Emissions don't just follow one another. If you can scan the area and identify all the anomalies,
Important
the
lore.
choppers will be able to collect us safely, provided they're dispatched right after an emission.
We must inform the HQ of this as soon as possible.
I'll contact my commanders right after the emission. Lieutenant, get him on the line as soon as you can.
Where is he? Alright, so this asshole here, S.T.A.L.K.E.R, is actually your playable character in Shadow of Chernobyl. He is the main guy. I'm kind of surprised to see him here, just show up out of the blue. And push the story onward like a Deus Ex Machina. But, I don't know, maybe there's a greater purpose to him just phasing in, seemingly out of nowhere. I'll share everything I know, as long as information reaches the right people. What information do you want to hand over to the government? Lots of things. I'm sure that information I have can be used to destroy the zone. I thought I could do it myself, but it turned out to be far more complicated. The people who started it weren't in control anymore. I explain everything when we get out of here. What did you see in the sarcophagus? It's all fake. The monolith, the wish granter, is just a lie. A device that clouds your mind. And the people behind it are hiding out somewhere else. Do you know who is behind it? Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know what to believe anymore. Despite that, I found out more that they wanted me to. Now, the first game has multiple endings, depending on what choices you make through the game. This kind of alludes to, well, there being possibly no canonical ending, or a deviation of one of the ones you can obtain. I can't say for sure because my memories of the playthrough I did are already a bit hazy. We monitored your radio signal. Yes, I contacted a S.T.A.L.K.E.R called Guide. He told me how to get to this place via the underground tunnels. Who is Guide? He's a legendary stalker. They say he can lead you to anywhere in the zone. The army boys are lucky to have met him. They wouldn't have lived long without him. How did you know that the military are here? The guy told me. He was the one who brought Kowalski and his squad here. I see. So, let's wait until this goes over and figure out our next steps to take. Or that big man over here call the shots, even though he's barely holding it all together.
It looks like the emission is over. Kirillov, contact HQ.
Roger. HQ on the line.
You okay there, Kirillov? Now that's a anomaly right there.
Establish comms during one.
Okay. Alright, listen up. Operation Fairway is being taken over by the USS. Is Major S.T.A.L.K.E.R there?
Yes.
Okay. He's in command from now on. Tell him to stay
You heard it.
to be contacted by his superior shortly.
Roger.
Major, do you read me?
Major S.T.A.L.K.E.R here. I read you.
Good. As of this moment, you are responsible for completing Operation Fairway. Kowalski and the Stingray squad will assist you.
I've managed to acquire documents about experiments carried out in the zone. Furthermore, we've been contacted by a stalker who's been in the CNPP. His name is S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and he's offered us his cooperation.
Roger. Accept his offer. You know what caused our helicopters to crash?
Yes, I have the data, and S.T.A.L.K.E.'s information confirms it. The helicopters were hit by anomalies after their locations changed during the emission. The anomaly map issued to the pilots turned out to be useless.
That means we have until the next emission. We'll be collected together with the stalker from position B28. Stingray squad will be evacuated with you.
You might want to speak up.
You heard the news, fellas. When we go, stick together and keep the stalker alive. Any questions? Get ready to move. Major, can I have a word?
So, among us, you and S.T.A.L.K.E.R are the most experienced in the zone. The difference is that while S.T.A.L.K.E.'s experience remains hearsay, the fact that you're a pro is clear as day. What I'm trying to say is that I'm counting you, Major. Keep an eye on S.T.A.L.K.E.R. There's not many of us left. Okay, Major, the boys are good to go. Stock up by visiting Rogovets and Kill if you need. Let me know when you're ready. However, can we first get Kill unstuck here? Because I think he's now firmly attached to the floor. I do have slug rounds. Yes, you do. Thank you very much. Alright. We should be good to go. As soon as I get rid of what's encumbering me. Put away just a little bit. That'll have to do for now. Get your surges ready, Colonel. I'm good to go. Okay, cover S.T.A.L.K.E.R, Major. We'll take care of ourselves.
Move out, squad.
You're looking a bit out of it, partner.
Would you look at that? The sons of bitches actually made it. You were right, S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
Zombies!
Zombies are one thing. I'd be more concerned about Monolith showing up. Sherlock, don't go running too far ahead. Wanna get as many as you guys into safety.
There's about a dozen zombies in the building.
Move to the left and cover each other.
We do in fact have a lot of Walking Dead to deal with. But at the end of the day, they are cannon fodder.
Every zombie in Pripyat is going to know we're coming. We've got to move faster. Run!
Easily disposable.
More zombies up ahead.
Keep it together, boys.
Stingray, where are you?
We're on the way.
Our orders are to take off if we come under attack, so hurry the hell up!
Roger that. We'll be there soon. Stay alert and follow orders. We're real close to the evacuation point. Let's move!
Great evacuation when there's only 3 of us up ahead.
There's no time. Check your weapons and fire at will. Fire at will. Go!
Where are we going exactly? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oops. Of course it snorks. Oh, hey, the duck made it. Too bad we had to leave Kayla due to a severe case of cement shoes.
What was that?
I fear that we're tripping balls.
Okay,
Run!
These are not your average headaches. Let me tell you.
Major T.A.L.K.E.R, if we're taking heavy fire from an unidentified enemy, we cannot hold out for long. To the choppers, go! Go! Go!
Damn, you guys are just really moving on that guy without me. Told you, as soon as Monolith would show up. 6 would get higher.
To the choppers, go! Go! Go!
Don't leave me behind. That could have ended horribly. If I were any closer. Christ. Still so many of them. Relentlessly assaulting. I have to take the initiative here. I think one of ours kicked the bucket, but I'm not sure who.
We're ready to go.
I hope.
Into the chopper. Ready to leave the zone? There's no way back. I mean... anywhere's better than here, I think. Wait, does this imply that we left Vano and Sokolov behind, or did they go with us?
As a reward for successfully completing his investigation, S.T.A.L.K.E.R was offered a promotion to colonel and the position of mission coordinator.
Kind of looks like John Cena from this profile.
He opportunity to work at the HQ and submitted a personal request to be sent to the zone as the USS Permanent Observer. The information about the development of psi devices obtained by S.T.A.L.K.E.R alerted USS commanders. All the information gathered on X-designated laboratories was removed from military archives and filed as top secret. All personnel working in the zone were ordered to prevent the disclosure of information about the laboratories at any cost. Several experimental samples were made on the basis of technical documents for Item 62.
This is not a good font.
Following a set of test
on top of
trials,
this background.
it was decided not to go ahead with large-scale deployment of the weapon due to the high cost of ammunition. Nonetheless, it would be reasonable to assume that further development of the Gauss rifle is ongoing.
You shitting me? They're never gonna scrap that, especially with the samples that we have.
Any and all who could reach it. Fierce stalker resistance did not stop the bandits from making regular and ultimately unsuccessful attempts to establish their so-called order on the ship. Despite this ongoing struggle, the S.T.A.L.K.E.R carried on its unique brand of life. Following the destruction of the Bloodsucker lair, it's unlikely that anything could significantly change the state of
Why is he
affairs on
pogging, though?
The old ship became a temporary center of stability in the ever-changing world that is the Zone. A fragile balance was reached between freedom and duty squads at Yanov Station. Tired of the endless struggle, fighters of both factions started leaving their squads and joining the Free Stalkers.
We contribute absolutely nothing to that
Professors
plotline.
Herman and Ozerski were forced to cut short their scientific research in the zone due to a lack of data. On returning to the outside world, the two scientists proceeded to engage
Probably
in
could have
unrelated
pursued
work.
that line of work a little more.
Gary's stories about the Army's fate scared stalkers away from Pripyat. The few who dared to venture into the city ran into inexplicable phenomena, which added further dark strokes to an already gloomy picture of the dead city. Organized mercenary squads continue to be active in the zone. Their interest in the secret laboratories is becoming increasingly difficult for USS operatives to ignore. Attempts to establish the identity of the client who hired the mercenaries proved unsuccessful.
We might have shot him.
The area around Yanov Station gained a reputation for being one of the most dangerous places in the zone. Fewer and fewer stalkers make it back from raids, many dying at the hands of mutants within view of the camp. One of those missing is Trapper, who set out to track down a chimera on what appears to have been his last
Oh, right,
hunt.
we never actually went to hunt a chimera, did
Rumors
we?
of Zulu's fate reached the leader of duty, General Veronin. Counter to most expectations, Veronin decided to posthumously award Zulu with the Silver Shield, duty's highest decoration.
Rip Zulu. He was a
Vano
real
headed
one.
off to the freedom-controlled military warehouses, but his cheerful personality and optimism quickly earned him the popularity they merited. Ultimately, he took charge of a small group of researchers involved in investigating anomalous areas. Senior Lieutenant Sokolov continued to take part in flying missions over the zone. During one such recon flight over Limansk, his aircraft was shot down by mercenaries. 2 weeks later, he was picked up by a patrol near the cordon. Within a month of his rescue, Sokolov had left the Air Force, joining
You'd
a
think he'd
civil
learn
airline instead.
the first time.
A group of
Pushing
stalkers was
luck.
forced to seek shelter on Noah's old barge during a particularly powerful emission. When the barge was attacked by a horde of snorks afterwards, stalkers were forced to concede that the barge was as good a defense against mutants as anything they'd seen. Even more astonishing was a litter of pseudo-dog puppies that Noah himself led into battle against the snorks. Having overcome his alcoholism, Cardin left the Skadovsk. Stalkers said he went to look for his missing friends. Several days later, he returned, suffering from wounds and radiation poisoning. As soon as his wounds healed, he left the zone for the second and final time.
It's for the best.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R passed on the information he obtained on his trip to the Chernobyl NPP to the USS commanders. This prompted the government to create a scientific institute for research of the Chernobyl anomalous area. S.T.A.L.K.E.R took up the position of chief scientific consultant to
I
the
still
institute.
find it weird that he just
When Colonel
shows up
Kowalski,
for
commander of
no
the
good
Stellar
reason.
Group, returned from the zone, he was forced to explain the reasons for the failure of Operation Fairway. Following a dragged-out investigation and the brass's failed attempt to make him the fall guy, the colonel was finally given an honorable discharge.
The tumble gentleman. I mean, all in all, I think we did pretty well on the first playthrough. Mostly resolved issues. This might be licensed music. I'm not sure. And you know how Twitch feels about that. So, yeah. That was S.T.A.L.K.E.R of Pripyat. I didn't expect the finale to build up so soon. Overall feels a little more straight to the point than Shadow of Chernobyl, which I felt was more expansive of a game than this third installment. But I had fun with it. It's more what I expected from the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series, so I'm glad I got to check it out. And well, if you're gonna check S.T.A.L.K.E.R as a series, I would say SOC is your starting point. Like, just go chronologically through the franchise so you get the best understanding and the best feel for it. Because yeah, for an initial playthrough, if you don't know what S.T.A.L.K.E.R is about, Shadow of Chernobyl is probably the most comprehensive game to give you that introduction into the series. This is more of a case where you're craving for more of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, even if it isn't quite the filling meal as its predecessor was. However, all in all, it was a good time. More of the same, and I'm happy that we got to go through a lot of it, even if we did miss some optional quest lines and storyline bits that are just dependent on what actions you take. But hey, that's where part of the fun comes into play. Just figuring out these things on your own. We're not quite done with S.T.A.L.K.E.R because there is also Clear Sky, the second entry, and that, from what memory serves, acts as a prequel to Shadow of Chernobyl. So maybe we'll get a little more answers to some of the questions I've raised. if we played that one. But in the meantime, we shall bid farewell to the zone, whilst I prepare for another shooter that's going to be streamed quite soon. And trust me when I say I have a lot on my plate to choose from. Like, no joke, if I just wanted to stream first-person shooters, I could easily go on for months at the lowest. There's just so many titles lying about in my Steam library alone that yeah, they're gonna be good stream material in the future. So, thank you for joining me tonight, and stay tuned tomorrow for more Portal 2. Take it easy and good night.